Well done, Coach. Rushville's head coach, Brian Bowen, joins us next. His 6th year at Rushville, his 10th year overall as a coach. They open up at Shelbyville on the 25th. Brian Bowen.
I'd like to start off like everybody else and just thank the people involved in putting this on. Kind of just getting the season going. You know, you kind of start, NBA starts Tuesday. Pacers play last night. Get to talk about some high school hoops tonight. So it's kind of, it's here. You know, it's here. So really exciting time. Really excited about Rushville hoops. You know, I also like to thank Coach Lovell for what he does for the game of basketball. You know, not every state has a show like his that promotes high school sports, high school basketball, or high school athletes, and it's a really great thing. You know, we've been fortunate. We've had, in my 6 years, I've had a lot of coaching turnover with assistants. Been lucky enough, I've had 2 guys, Coach Stanglin at Jacksonville and Coach Kagan. He got a job at Waldron. They've been head coaches, become head coaches. That's always a good thing when you have guys that want to be head coaches, that move on to that. But it makes it tough at times, because you're constantly bringing in new guys and teaching a system. But we're lucky. I think we got a pretty good group. We've got Steve Goddard coming back. Was part of the 76 runner-up team. Has been a head coach. He's got a lot of coaching experience to be our varsity assistant. Sean Atkins has been involved the last 2 or 3 years. Be a volunteer guy for us, does a good job. Another Rushville guy. And we're kind of getting stacked with Rushville guys and guys that have played there, and I think that's good for our kids to hear about that history. My JV coach, Eric Harpring, is a Rushville guy, played for Coach Brown, so he knows the game well, was taught the game from a high-level coach. And then our freshman coach, Tanner Hedrick, my first year was a senior. So a former player coming back, helping out, kind of has an idea of the system. Our middle school coaches, same way. Jake Hedrick's a Rushville guy, and Devin Niehoff is a Rushville guy. So kind of got a Rushville staff, which is a good thing. They can hopefully keep some of the natives off my back. You know, but they do a really good job for us. Really encouraged to see them grow and develop. Both Eric Harpring and Tanner Hedrick are young guys that want to be head coaches. So they're gonna work at it really hard and put in time. With our guys, we're excited. You know, we lost 5 seniors. Our big post kid, 6'6", Nate Niehoff, is at IU East. Hoping to contribute there. 16-point scorer, led the state in field goal percentage. You think we get him the ball a little bit more. I think he shot 75% from the field. That's a pretty good clip for a kid. You know, but did a really good job for us. Good leader, hard worker. Point guard Chris Combs was a 2-year starter. And then another guard, Bryce Dye. Those 3 guys kind of changed our culture in the sense that they put in a lot of time in the off season. We could always count on them being there if we had a workout. You know, and that's a good thing to have. You know, and I feel like there's times that we haven't always had that. You know, but you knew those guys would be there. And 2 other guys, Brad Boozold is at Lincoln Trail playing baseball, 6'4" lefty. You know, I think he's got a chance maybe to play in the league. But just a really good athlete. And then a 5'10" guard, John Seals, who didn't play a ton but brought it in practice every day and worked hard, pushed other kids, and just was a good asset for our team. So you lose those 5 guys. Kind of like Coach Brown and Coach Meyer said, we've got 4 guys that kind of played a little bit. After that, there's a lot of question marks. There's probably 7 or 8 guys that are kind of all vying for spots. We've got to develop that depth that they've talked about. We do like the 4 guys we've got coming back. Alex Urak is a 6'4" guard, started the last 3 years, can really score the basketball. He's athletic. We've got to keep him healthy, is his main thing. He's had some knee issues, but if he's healthy and can go at a high level, then we'll be pretty good. And then a guy that we're really proud of, 6'6" Jarrett Sons. He's one of those kids that has just really developed his game. As a freshman, he's playing freshman basketball. As a sophomore, he's playing JV basketball. As a junior, he starts. And then this summer, he really got it going, and he got some Division I looks. Wright State offered, IUPUI offered. He is signed to play with Grace. So really excited about his transformation over the last 4 years. And maybe, you kind of wonder sometimes, maybe I was the idiot that as a freshman and sophomore, he should have been playing varsity. But give him a lot of credit because he really worked his butt off, just a gym rat, and just loves to get in the gym, loves to get better. But really excited about his senior season. And then 2 other guys, Keith Yeager played for us 6-man minutes last year, 5'10" guard, 5'11" guard, quarterback, running back for a football team, just a high-energy kid that's going to play his buns off. Opportunistic shooter. He's a guy that has to become more aggressive for us. Years past, he's kind of been able to just kind of be a role guy that defends and rebounds and plays hard. But we're going to need him to do a little bit more. And I think he's got the ability to do that. So kind of excited to see him develop into that role. And then another senior for us, Wesley Green. He's about 6'5". I forget which coach it was. Coach Stanglin actually was his post guy. Kind of like Borgman, he's got to get the post more. These guys watch the NBA guys that are 6'11", 7 foot shooting threes, and they think that's how they should play. But he can shoot it pretty decent, but he's got to be able to mix his game a little bit and be somewhat of a matchup problem depending upon his matchup. And then, like I said, after that, we've got a lot of question marks. We feel comfortable with the guys we have, that they can fill those spots and fill those roles, but it's kind of wait and see. We've had more kids play fall sports and probably more kids play football that we're just now getting that we haven't had in the past. So that's a good thing that they get that competitive edge. At the same time, we just haven't seen them. So it'll be good to get them back in and take a look at them and kind of try and figure it out. But that's the one thing that's really neat as a coach, high school coach in particular. Each year is different, and each year is a puzzle. And you've got to try and figure out how those pieces work and how they work together, and it's always a challenge. And it's a new challenge, it's a different challenge, but it's a challenge we're really excited about and really ready to get started going. I think most coaches you talk to, you get in the fall and you've got conditioning and you can only work with 2 guys at once and all these rules, and those aren't bad, but you just want to get going. It's not fun being out in the rain and running. You watch them play in open gym, and it gets kind of out of control at times. So you just kind of want to get your thumb on them and get going with the season. So we're ready for that to get started. Schedule-wise, we really have no changes. Again, I've got to be not the most intelligent coach in the state. We host a holiday tournament, and we're probably the only team that will host a holiday tournament that is probably the worst team in their holiday tournament. I don't know if that was, I blame that on my AD, I guess. But that's the only change we have with our schedule. Mooresville, Franklin, and Mount Vernon will come to our place for a holiday tournament. Kind of like Coach Brown said, with our schedule, we still play some of the HHC teams with Greenfield and with Mount Vernon and with Pendleton Heights and Shelbyville, New Pal. We still get some Indy competition. We play Newcastle, so we feel like our schedule is pretty tough. And we know our conference schools are good, and I agree, guys have talked about the parity in our conference from top to bottom. You know, there's been years, obviously, Greensburg's been really, really good. Batesville's been good. Coach Brown does a really good job getting his kids to buy into their system. You know, you just go down the line with guys. But good coaches and really good teams and players, and just feel like it's kind of wide open. You know, we're excited about our opportunity there. Think we've got a chance. What else is reassuring? You come here and you listen to these coaches talk, and you come from open gym, it's like, man, our guys don't want to defend. And then we hear guys say, well, if we can get him to play this end of the court, if we can get him to defend, then we got a chance. You know, we feel like we're in the same boat. You know, our kids like to play offense. If we can get them to understand that there's another end of the floor that's pretty important, and we can develop some of these younger guys to play a role, you know, we think we can have a pretty successful season. Kind of just in closing, I just appreciate the opportunity. All of us here are here for a reason. You know, we love basketball, and we're excited for the season to start. Look forward to new challenges. Look forward to taking those on. Wish everybody good luck, and thanks for the opportunity.
Thanks for the kind words. That's very nice. I appreciate that.